Hi guys, happy Friday to you. Some of you might know, but I spent last week in Colorado with girlfriends. Let me tell you, ladies, if you've not taken girlfriend trips, maybe you're not at the season where you can do that yet because you have little ones at home, just rub your hands together and know that your day is coming because those trips are the best. I love my ladies only trips. And last week, just a small group of us went to Colorado. Not everybody could make it, but just a few of us did, and it was wonderful. And I have to, maybe some of you saw my pictures, maybe not. But anyway, I have to say that I love, hey Angela, hi Hannah, I love Colorado in the summertime. Absolutely love hiking and love nature and love state parks and things like that. And the Rocky Mountains, what's not to love about the Rocky Mountains? So that's where this video is coming from, is actually something that happened to me on my walk. I am on my hikes. I'm notorious for, I don't know, I'm really like in tune with what's going on around me, not always, but quite often, and I tend to make stories in my head and in analogies. Oh, this reminds me of something, and that's where this video is coming from. I'm going to try to wrap it back up and tell you about it. So what happened is, I have to preface this, hi Karen, have to preface this by saying that I am deathly afraid of heights, hate heights. If I think about heights or talk about them too much, hi Dana, I can get anxious inside. That's what heights do to me. I just hate them. But what do you do when you're in Colorado, but you do a lot of hiking and you do a lot of elevation hiking? And that's what we did, and it was fantastic. We saw so many waterfalls. But as I'm hiking, I am trying to not look down on different sides. I wasn't always on cliffs, but quite often, you know, I know there's drop-off. So I was trying to really focus on just climbing. And two different hikes, two different people, strangers, said to me, trust your feet, trust your feet. And that was so cathartic for me. I needed to hear that. I needed to be roped back in and be reminded that I could trust myself. I could trust my 2 feet to get me from here to there. And that's what I did. Afterwards, I thought, that is a story. That is a life lesson that woman just told me. So when I experience things, I'm often turning them around in my head to a life lesson. So my life lesson I wanted to share with you today, and that was about trusting yourself. Trusting yourself. First of all, I'm going to get my teacher hat on and tell you what the definition of trust is. Trust means that you rely or you place your confidence in someone or something. Now, who better to rely or place our trust in or confidence in than ourselves, right? We should be our best friend and someone that we put our confidence in. So the truth of the matter is, though, that we have all been influenced at one time or another by family, friends, society, people in authority to do or don't do something. We've been told, well, you can't do that because you're too old. You can't do that because you're too heavy. You can't do that because you're too young. You can't do that because everybody in our family goes to college. You can't do that because nobody in our family goes to college. You can't do that because everybody in our family works here, or so on. It's these mindsets or these influences from other people that direct us quite often. Perhaps when I was younger, people in authority would say, stop climbing up there, you're gonna fall down. Or, were extra worried about me falling. I don't know, but I've taken this fear of heights with me. And it's the limiting beliefs, and please know that I'm not just talking about heights here. I'm talking about it can be anything, trusting ourselves. But limiting beliefs, self-limiting beliefs, or things that we just tell ourselves over and over and over and over and over, and they severely hold us back from following our gut, from trusting ourselves, from going with our intuition. So if you've ever been one of those people who constantly ask the advice from other people, what would you do in this situation? I just need some guidance. What would you do? And you just constantly are asking for advice. In a way, you are telling yourself that your opinion doesn't matter, that you can't trust yourself. Now, please know that I am not implying that you should never ask the advice of anybody. That's not what I'm saying. But you have to leave space for your own more than anything. The advice from other people is great, but you have to leave space for your own advice. And the truth of the matter is you probably know so much more than you give yourself credit for. Hey, Erin. Hey, Julie. So don't be afraid of asking yourself first and trusting your feet first. So I can say all that, but whenever I taught in the classroom, you could tell your kids what to do, but you always had to tell them why or kind of break it down. So I thought I would break it down and tell you, okay, so it's easy to say, trust yourself. Okay, trust yourself. But that just is sort of only part of it. You have to know, okay, how do I trust myself? Or what are some steps that I can take to help me trust myself better? So I was thinking about this today. What are some things that I can do, that you can do, to begin to trust your feet, to trust yourself more? And the first one is, and they kind of all pile on top of each other, but the first one is to be getting in the habit of speaking up, not rudely, not bragging wise, but speaking up and speaking your mind and acting on what you believe in. Stop putting a lid on your own opinions. If somebody asks you, or speak up. I don't really believe in that. No, I don't really believe what you just said. Things like that. Knowing that you are relevant, your opinions matter. You are a positive influence on this world, and they need to know your opinions. Your decisions matter, and you can follow through on those decisions. So number one, just begin, even if it takes baby steps, begin to have a voice and act on it. Number two, keep promises to yourself. And here's what I mean by that, because hi Jane, we have all broken promises to ourselves. And as you begin to keep promises to yourself, you're going to begin to believe that you are trustworthy. So here's some examples of not keeping promises to yourself. Or let me change that. Here's some examples of you keeping promises to yourself. If you said, I've got to start eating more healthy, then don't break that promise and begin to eat more healthy. If you've told yourself, I am going to discipline myself to go do some cardio, walking, to the gym, whatever, 3 times a week, then do it and stop breaking that promise to yourself, because you're worth it. If you have told yourself, if you've promised yourself, I'm going to make new friends. I've realized that I don't have a lot of friends and I've isolated myself, and this week I'm going to go out and make new friends. I'm going to reconnect with people. Then do it and stop breaking the promise to yourself. If you've told yourself that by the end of the year, I am going to start taking some classes. By the next semester, I'm going to take those classes because I've always wanted to blank. Then do it and stop breaking the promise to yourself. That is one way to start trusting yourself, because you're telling yourself you're worth it. Okay. Number three, I talk about this on just about every video I do, but speak kindly to yourself and walk with yourself as a companion, as a friend and not an enemy. Hey, Christy, walk with yourself as a friend. And as you do that, you're going to start to love being around yourself. You're going to start feeling worthy, and therefore you're going to start trusting your gut and your opinion and just trusting yourself. Okay, number 4, this one I love, and I've actually have a course out right now, and this particular one is in this course, and it is build an evidence file. Create an evidence file. Write down the times, really write down the times when you have done something that you didn't think that you would be able to do. And you did it, and you succeeded, and you lived to tell about it. Write it down. Write the things that you have told yourself you're going to do, and you did it. Maybe not perfectly, but you did it. And create an evidence file so that in the future, when you're doubting yourself, when maybe you messed up or something didn't go according to plan, you can pull out that evidence file and say, I'm not a loser, or I have done this before. I have succeeded. This is just a little glitch. Create an evidence file. It's brilliant and it works. Be your own cheerleader. 4th one or 5th one, I don't even know where I'm at, but know that trusting yourself is not about never making mistakes. It's not. Everyone makes mistakes, let me say. Everyone is perfectly imperfect. So trusting yourself is not about not making mistakes. It is about overcoming failures as you make mistakes. Let's face it, sometimes the best part about succeeding or doing something is not necessarily the end thing, but all the growth and the setbacks and the learning that's happened along the way. So as you start to trust yourself, knowing that you're not perfect and glitches are going to come in the way, you're going to be able to see that and trust yourself even more. Nobody's perfect. And then the last one is to become comfortable with the uncomfortable or the uncertainty, the uncertain. So, for me, I had to know, like as I was trusting my feet, I had to know that I could do this. I didn't have to know every single step I was going to take. I had to just know that it's going to be okay. I can put my foot to the next thing and it's going to be okay, especially since I was following people who were right in front of me. And you can do the same thing. If we were all given the exact map of our life, it would sort of be like, yawn, oh, boring, but it's all of those things along the way, trusting the uncertainty, trusting being comfortable with the uncomfortable that help us grow, that help us trust ourselves, that help us trust our feet. When I was in high school, I took a Shakespeare class. I can still remember it to this day, and it was like 35 years ago, if not longer. And William Shakespeare just sort of sums it up. And he says, to thine own self, I bet you already know this, to thine own self be true. So you can trust yourself. To your own self be true. You are trustworthy. You're not perfect. You are relevant. Your opinions matter. Trust your feet. Trust yourself. With that being said, I wanted to tell the women out there that are watching, I have a great Facebook group. Sorry guys, it's just for women. It's called the Confident Woman Club. It's for women who are determined to become more confident or are on their way, or they're taking baby steps, or they just want to be edified and cheered on by others in this walk of confidence, this walk of believing in ourselves, this walk of worthiness, this walk of finding our purpose. I have a Facebook group. It's fun, no strings attached at all, and every once in a while I will put challenges out there. Easy challenges, guys, easy challenges. And today one is out there. So I'm inviting you to, I'll go ahead and I'll put the link to that Facebook group in the comment section below. And I'm inviting you and your friends and whoever else you want to tell about to hop on over there and get in this Confident Woman Club and see what we're all about. And we'll be waiting over there for you. So if you got any value out of this video about trusting yourself, trusting your feet, or you know somebody who could use to hear some of this stuff, then pass it on to them. If not, I sure appreciate you watching, and thanks for listening. Have a great Friday. Have a great weekend.